Was due to be there, but illness forced him out, and his late replacement, the 19-year-old Chinese number 3, Si Sai-ki, beat the world champion, that's Guo Yuehua, in the semi-finals, and in the final had to play Hungary's Tibor Klampa, who at 27 is a veritable veteran. The Chinese looked as if he was going to romp away with that victory. He won the first 2 games and had 3 championship points in the third, but Klampa saved them all and won that third game. We join it now in the fourth with commentary from the former world champion, Johnny Leach.
So it's Tibor Klampa, this end of the table, who has fought his way back from the very brink of defeat. Now has got a real fight on his hands. The far end of the table, we have Si Sai-ki, world's number 3 Chinese player. Already the mixed world doubles champion, only 19 years of age. Caused a major upset in the semi-final by defeating his compatriot Guo, the reigning world champion. Klampa serving, trailing 1-2 in the fourth game. Klampa seems quite composed after that very exciting finish in the third game, but Si Sai-ki, the Chinese player, is really putting tremendous pressure on Hungarian's number 1 player, leading 4-2. Si Sai-ki had a great deal of advantage from his services in the first 2 games, but Klampa appears to have got used to them. Klampa is scoring many aces wide down Si Sai-ki's forehand, and yet Si Sai-ki still stands outside the table on the backhand wing and doesn't make any real effort to cover those wide-angled shots down his forehand. And Klampa is making great use of this. But there you see Klampa trying to place every shot wide down the forehand, and of course there's very little margin for error. And it's quite easy to put the ball off the end of the table, as he did in that point. Klampa serving, trailing 4-6. Klampa appears to be quite sluggish compared with the Chinese player, who is really agile and on his toes all the time, moving around very quickly. But Klampa has a wealth of experience, 27 years of age. Both players standing quite close to the table, exchanging very fast shots. Si Sai-ki serving, leading 8-7. Si Sai-ki taking up a position wide on the backhand all the time to give himself the opportunity of getting in with that lethal forehand topspin drive. Perfectly produced forehand. Tremendous amount of topspin on the ball. Klampa's changed his tactics slightly. Is now starting to pin Si Sai-ki down on the backhand wing, and Si Sai-ki is not a very good backhand, but he is very efficient at covering by blocking it on the backhand. And you see him really covering those fierce shots by Klampa wide down the backhand by mostly blocking them. Very consistent. Klampa serving 10-all. Fourth game. Si Sai-ki leading 2-1. Brilliantly placed shots there by Clamper. Playing very clever table tennis. 11 all. And Clamper seems quite composed there. Very controlled. Clamper getting considerable advantage from those backhand services, is serving very short over the table, forcing Sasaki to push the return as opposed to taking it with his topspin drive. Sasaki trailing 11-14. Clamper certainly back in the match now. But the points are being won and lost very quickly. It's a brilliant forehand kill there by Clamper. He's very, very consistent on that forehand, and he really imparts a great deal of topspin loop. Very difficult to take. And the way Clamper blocks that ball and places it so well is really worrying the Chinese champion. Sasaki serving, trailing 12-17. Clamper got an excellent chance of drawing level 2 all. But Sasaki is a tremendous fighter. Clamper serving, leading 17-13. Net ball. Another brilliant kill there, wide. Down the forehand. Clamper leading. 18-13. But Clamper simply has to fight for every point. Sasaki is a tremendous fighter, very quick, can quite easily come back into the game. Clamper 19-14. (20-14). 1 point for squaring the match. Clamper needs to value every point. He dare not let up a second, because Sasaki is very fast and can win points very quickly. And a tremendous rally there, and a tremendous play there by Sasaki. That's 1 game point save, 16-20. And Sasaki appears to have Clamper worried again. So Clamper must really key himself up. Sasaki trailing 17-20. And a brilliant backhand kill there by Clamper to win the 4th game, 21-17. 2 games all. And it could be anyone's match now. Clamper, I think, has played absolutely brilliantly to fight back for what looked absolute defeat staring him in the face. Clamper now very experienced, very composed, talking to his captain, is Dr. Lakatos, who has a wealth of experience, president of the Hungarian Table Tennis Association. Now Clamper must be feeling that he's got a good chance now, because Sasaki, having lost the 3rd game so narrowly, and then that 4th, must be a little dejected. And I wonder what his captain has told him now to go back to the table. I'm sure simply fight for every point and value every point. Well, let's see what's going to happen. It's sure to be a very good final game. 2 games all. Sasaki serving in the 5th and deciding game. 1-1. Seasaki making very short services there, forcing Clamper to push the return to enable Seasaki to get in with his forehand, but Clamper is playing very well, but that was rather a loose point there by Clamper. 2-all. Rather a dejected, tentative backhand return there by Clamper. Clamper trailing 2-3. Seasaki means to play very fast to really try and get off to a good lead and upset Clamper. And that appeared to be a very easy forehand kill for Clamper, but went off the end of the table. Rather tentative. And it would appear that Clamper has another fight back on his hands. Clamper trailing 2-7, fifth and deciding game. Seasaki got off to a very good lead in this fifth game, serving and leading 7-3. Sure, he's going to put a lot into these services. Clamper determinedly stands close to the table, but Seasaki has got the measure on him at the moment, leading 8-3. And a brilliant backhand there by Clamper. He places that ball so well. (8-5). This is the time for Clamper to put on the pressure if he's really going to get back into this game. Seems to be playing a little more confidently now. Clamper controlling the shots more than going out for a quick kill. Very clever play indeed. Seasaki leading 8-6, fifth and deciding game. Great fight back there by Clamper. Trailed 8-3, last 4 points in succession. Great effort. 8-all. Brilliant. 8-all for Clamper. And now Clamper is once more back in the game. Clamper just trying to block that return and off the end of the table. And so it's Seasaki leading 10-8 in the fifth and deciding game. Clamper really has to compose himself now. But Clamper has really fought back on 2 occasions. First in that third game when he was on the very brink of defeat to win 24-22. And then in this fifth game when he was trailing 3-8, pulled up to 8-all, and now he's trailing 10-8, 11-8. So Clamper really has to go some now. Clamper serving. Seasaki leading 11-9. And Clamper now started to play again wide down Seasaki's forehand, which scored him so many points in that fourth game. So it would appear that Clamper is going to try and adopt those same tactics. Sisaki leading 12-11. Clampard simply cannot take the lead there. Trailed 3-8, pulled up to 8-all, then 11-all, now trailing 13-11. Rather a loose shot there by Sisaki. Clampard to serve, trailing 12-13, fifth and deciding game. And what a brilliant forehand there by Clampard to pull level, 13-all. Brilliant play by Clampard. Good service there by Clampard. And now Sisaki seems to be getting a little nervous. And I can understand it, because the way Clampard has fought back when defeat just simply stared him in the face. Europe's #1 player is really doing European table tennis a great deal of good. Clampard leading 16-13. (17-13). Sisaki to serve, trailing 13-17, fifth and deciding game. Just off the end of the table, Clampard must be very anxious to try and win those points quickly. I think he must stay cool, calm and collected, because he still has a big fight on his hand. Dejected Sisaki there, trailing 14-18. And I do believe Sisaki served off the table at that crucial moment, 14-19. But a brilliant kill there by Sisaki. That forehand is very effective. And Clampard very much in a winning position, but still has to fight for every point if he is to beat this great Chinese player. Tremendous forehands there by Clampard. Great blocks on the backhand there by Sisaki, followed up by a tremendous forehand kill. Clampard to serve, leading 19-16, fifth and deciding game. Another a tentative return there by Clampard. And Sisaki fighting back into this game again. Clampard leading 19-18. Very important point for the Hungarian. And 2 match points for Clampard. Seems unbelievable, but tremendous play by this Hungarian ace. 20-18. And what a brilliant win for Clampard, who's won that 5th game, 21-18, jumping for joy, and quite deservedly so. A brilliant fight back there by Clampard to win the World Cup and the record prize of £7,600 by defeating Sisaki 10-21, 13-21, 24-22, 21-17.